And we're live. Yes, yes. Guys, welcome to Blues Brothers Podcast. The Blues Brothers Podcast. Well, it's good to have you guys here. Fantastic lineup, of course. I can see a him in his Chelsea jersey. When last you wear Chelsea jersey, man? It's been a minute. It's good to see. It's good to see man them kissing the badge. Ehime, very vocal in WhatsApp group. It's good to have you here. Finally, I don't catch you. You've been dodging this podcast
Oh,
for forever. Say your spirit is not up for it. Blah
FX, I'm
blah
here for you,
blah.
man. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Yeah, we are here for Chelsea. Let's say it as it
All
is.
join, all join, all join, all join.
You get me, but your views on anything Chelsea and of course Nigeria as well. Very very you're very in depth in that aspect, and you know your football. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show, and I'm looking
Bless up,
forward
man.
to what we talk about, how we dissect the show, and whatnot. Moving on down to the right hand side, the midfield engine, the engine room. I played football with this guy just once, though, unfortunately, and I got injured. But I met TJ about 4 or 5 years ago. Right, no, sorry, about 3 4 years ago. Yeah, about 3 4 years ago, and we got to find out that our dads are were very good, still very well. My dad is late now, but we're very good friends when we were younger. I found out that TJ too is a major Chelsea fan. Been a Chelsea fan for over God knows, if not longer than I have been. And TJ is very objective, and he sees it. He's the one that we should be calling Asiwaju. Once preseason starts and once he sees 1 2 games, TJ is that guy that says, "Huh, we're in problems. I'm sorry, we're going to struggle this season." And I'll always be fighting TJ in one group. I'm like, nah, TJ, be positive, be optimistic. But guess what, guys? He's always right. And he's so annoying. But man, they're my brother from another mother, a real one, a true blue, he keeps it real every now and then, all the way in ATL, man. TJ, it's good to have you on board. Welcome to the show.
Evening, chat.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How are you, man?
Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah. Nice, 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 nice.
Morning, it's nice to hear other people, other Chelsea fans from all over and get their own perspective of what they think is going on. Because it's one thing to see it with the eyes visually, and then that thing to let other people interpret what you think it is. And that is what I think our major problems are at the moment. So as we go deeper and deeper into the conversation, I'm hoping everybody gets an opportunity to view their own perspective of what they think is happening, and then
Of what's going on. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, TJ,
yeah,
I know. I can see the passion already coming out. But TJ, I also want you to fix your sound. You're not too, or is it me, a him case? Can you hear TJ well enough?
No, you're right. The sound is a bit,
Yeah,
Yeah,
your sound
it's
is
breaking.
not too clear.
yeah, it's not clear.
Yeah, so work on your sound, TJ. So, but man, real talk, man. Immersionist case, as in never seen you. First time I'm seeing you for the first time. It's always been the comments and the views and the analysis on the Blues Brothers WhatsApp group that I joined some months ago. I just aligned with a number of things you always used to say, and I noticed you also aligned with a number of things I used to say in the group as well. Very knowledgeable
Yeah.
about your football. I love your realness and your optimism as well, and the belief that you have in this squad and also in the club and the patience you have. It's almost like you're me, So I totally respect your views every now and then, and it's a major honor to actually have you on the show. And it's also good to finally, see you as well. I mean, meet you, I'll say. But man, Blues brother, it's good to see that you're wearing your jersey too. It's really TJ that's not wearing the jersey. But that was a day. TJ, don't go anywhere. Don't go change.
Yeah,
But welcome to
Kimen.
the showcase.
Thank you very much.
Aha!
Thank you very much. Oh, I wore this especially for you. This is the first time I'll be wearing a Chelsea jersey this season. So I was
Not
like, I need
lie.
to wear this today.
Wow. Okay.
I was
Before,
seriously hoping we're not going to lose yesterday, so the conversation today will not be too intense. But thankfully, we
yeah,
played very
yeah,
well. And
yeah.
according to a number of people I had conversations with, it was our second best game this season. The first being the game against Liverpool. So
Okay, okay.
uh,
Before we go into
the
the, I
apostles.
get you. I like the. I know. I want to give us. I want to give us the. I mean the positivity to say we can start off with that game. But I mean, once again, welcome to the Blues Brothers Show, guys. If you're listening and watching us on Tunnel TV. Welcome to Blues Brothers Show. It's FX and He-Man, Immersionist, Case, and TJ. Of course, Ade Drogba and most likely Chido will be joining us as well as Teso. So it's probably going to be a full lineup. We're going to be about six or seven at the very least. But yeah, going straight into that game. That game was had everything in terms of um, possession football from both sides, and the lineup was a bit surprising for me. You know, seeing Cole Palmer start in that number 10 role, that whole and all. But I mean, I'll start with the He-Man. What did you make of that lineup at first when you first saw the lineup, despite us facing Brighton? I know Brighton rested a number of players, but it was still Brighton, and they taught us a lesson last season. You know, what did you make of that lineup, bro? He-Man.
I think it's
He-Man.
you
He's frozen. Okay, all right, TJ. Let me move to you. Once He-Man comes back, what did you think of the lineup yesterday? Bro, like, were you shocked? Were you surprised? Were you confident?
if I'm going to be totally honest, we have a massive squad depth, and I'm never really worried about the quality of the caliber of the guys that come in. It's them totally understanding what that system expects from them. That is where I struggle with. You know, we've got three left backs. Matheson is equally as good as Chilwell. Chilwell is equally as good as Cucurella. Cucurella actually had a solid game yesterday, and he played on the right side of defense, not on the left. So, like I said, I'm never worried about the lineups. I just hope when they get on the pitch, they can kind of understand and decipher what the manager wants from them. That is what I'm more. That's what I look for in terms of this Chelsea squad. If it is another team, another club, it might be different because certain players play key factors and key roles in different teams. And
Wait, hold on, TJ. Is that me or what's
TJ,
going on?
your sound is doing a madness right now.
Yeah,
FX,
I was just gonna.
your sound is a little bit distorted from time to time. So why you guys
Oh,
sort that
really?
out? Ehiman and Immersionist maybe should take control of the show for a couple of minutes while you guys sort out your sounds.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Let me speak about the lineup. For me, the lineup was expected really because I, for one, had been complaining that Pochettino had been playing too defensive, and we needed Cole Palmer because his profile before joining, and then the few minutes he played showed that he was always forward moving. He was not afraid to take risks, and all we needed, or what I expected, were two players playing behind him to provide the um, spine in the middle, and then he is free to roam at the 10. As good as Enzo is, he's not really fitting into that position as you would expect. But Cole Palmer, as was shown yesterday, was able to roam around, string a lot of passes, beat the press at different points, and then that beautiful pass to Jackson for the goal. That was what he was supposed to do in that game. And apart from Jackson playing the way he normally plays, that is putting everything and then topping it up with the goal. For me, Cole Palmer was my best player on the pitch yesterday. And the lineup just proved what that was. The other player I was looking forward to was Matson. I've been following Matson. This should be my fourth or fifth year of following Matson. I've followed his progression from Feyenoord and Charlton and all the loans he has gone on. And I've always said he's a promising player. Very composed on the ball, has an eye to support the attack, helps you where you need to, and somehow always knows when to play the right pass to either assist or create the assist. So Martin was somebody else for me yesterday. And then Cucurella, I know a number of us still have PTSD from how he has been since we signed him and everything. And a number of times he showed maybe a bit of that yesterday. But overall, when you look at what Mitoma has been over the last season, and then from beginning of the season to now, you would know that, okay, he did very, very well against Mitoma. Did all he could to silence him, even though there were a number of times where he was dribbled. But he went in for the tackles. Martin supported him. Both went for 50-50 balls. And by and large, he kept Mitoma basically ineffective. So Cucurella had, for me, his best game this season yesterday. And Martin and Palmer, very, very good.
Spot on case, because it was interesting to see Cucurella playing as a right back. I mean, he's a left-footed player, and playing as a right back, in a back four, but that had Disasi and Colwell as well as Chilwell was really impressive. So yeah, it was also good to see Martin play. Many thought he would start as a left back, but he now starts as a right winger because we saw him in offensive positions during the preseason. And very interesting point you made there, Case. He usually knows how to pick the right pass. For me, that pass he gave Cole Palmer before Palmer released it to Jackson was spot on, and which brings me to Ehime. But also before I bring in Ehime, I think Big Drog just joined us. But Big Drog, we cannot see you, sir. You're like Batman, as in it's so dark there. Lights no day. Where you day, bro? Okay, well, while Big Drog tries to sort, let's see the man there. God knows where he is. Okay, I think this man is at work. But Ehime, as in Case pointed out something really, really interesting about the lineup and how we played. Cucurella having a very good game. And also Cole Palmer. What did you think about Cole Palmer in that number 10 role? Do you think it's something Poch should look at in our next game against Fulham? It's a derby, it's a big game. Rightly so, we've seen Enzo struggle in that number 10 role. I feel Enzo is more of a deep line playmaker than an offensive, but we understand why Enzo is playing there. Kanechu, Emeka injured, and Kuku injured. You could tell Poch is trying to, just manage this side in the interim because of all these injuries. But he got it spot on with playing Cole Palmer in that number 10 role, and the boy did a fantastic job yesterday. Do you think he should start in that 10 role again against Fulham?
I mean, it's a no-brainer, basically. In the first place, I don't understand why Cole Palmer hasn't, since his move from City, why he hasn't, really been given much of, the nod to actually, strut his stuff, because he's an exceptional player. If you can, I'm sure he showed glimpses of that yesterday with his movement on and off the ball, his ability to pick a pass, his ability to, move, maneuver around players. I mean, he's just shown what he's actually made of, and he should be given the nod, in that 10 position. And then he's more of, apart from the fact that he can actually pick a pass, he also has an eye for goal. So he's someone who we should actually start to, build the team around if, we have any hopes of salvaging our season and moving forward. I particularly was actually quite, impressed, more like it, or happy that with the fact that Poch has decided yesterday to play Colwill where Colwill should actually be played, as an LCB in place of an LB, because I mean, he has been disastrous as an LB. Let's face facts, And yesterday, with Disasi, he actually proved, quite apt. I mean, the central defense pairing was actually good. I agree with you as well. Enzo should be played more like a deep playing deep line. How do you call it again? Deep playmaker or something. Playing
Deep line
from
playmaker,
behind. Deep
register,
line
A
playmaker. Yeah.
register, deep line playmaker.
register. Yeah,
Enzo shouldn't be 10. Saicedo should just be left to do the dirty work. All in all, it was I think the lineup was actually good.
yeah.
Everyone expected us to lose to Brighton, so I'm happy we won and looking forward to what the next couple of games will hold. Hopefully, we can see a resurgence and bounce back and start to kick ass. Yeah,
Nice one. Big ups at him, man. Big ups to that win. Big ups to Chelsea, man. Really, Jackson. Thank God he got that goal. He needs the confidence.
I'm still not
Before I
convinced
move,
with Fatigo, but
you
anyway,
calm
sorry
down.
for
You
that.
calm down. You just calm down. You calm down. Off your mic. You just off your mic.
Voila.
But before I move to TJ, I want to quickly read out some comments real quick, and of course, the Plenty Ojo says our problem isn't a lack of players, but plugging them in holes that they don't fit. We have a gem in Sanchez. He's a damn good shot stopper. Sanchez almost cost us yesterday with his poor passing out from the back. Someone viral dummy says, "Immersionist, I see you. Gracious 2 is here. Case, I see you, bro. Big ups, FX. Yes, sir. Nice one. Man, guys, smash the likes, comment, share. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's get back to it, man. TJ, you
Yeah.
know, Ehime has been impressed with what Poch has done. He has decided to play the players in their rightful positions, except Cucurella, which was a very good move, very good tinkering move there. He got one over Deserbi because Deserbi had to substitute Mitoma eventually because Cucurella was on fire. But hey, Cucurella is still on our watch list because we're not too sure.
He's shaky.
Impressive. Yeah, still shaky. I'm not sure if he can start as a left back. I still prefer your Matson, even though we haven't seen Matson as a left back this season yet.
Mm.
But I mean, good victory yesterday against Brighton. It should have been 2-0. No VAR in Carabao Cup. That was a second goal for Jackson for sure. A second assist for Palmer. Palmer should at least start against Fulham with that display, TJ. Or what do you, if you think you need to add anything as well? So far, so
Um,
good. We've played very well, but just haven't stuck the ball in the back of the net.
like we spoke about initially at the start of the program, we played well, but it wasn't our first or our second best game. We played better in West Ham and lost. We've come through a very traumatic last 6 games. So, to be honest, anything close to a victory or a win is seen or is made larger than life because we are desperate for a victory. I'm not even going to mince words, If we're going to be totally critical, we were lucky yesterday because Sanchez made a few clangers.
Yep.
If striker was more clinical, they would have gone ahead in the first half. If he was a bit more lucky towards the end of the second half, he had this shot that went straight over the post. That would have made it 2-1.
Yeah. That poor pass to Leslie Ugochukwu was robbed off or
Yeah,
something,
yes.
and yeah, it almost cost us.
Victory, but like I said, we're coming from somewhere where we are desperate for a victory, so we'll take this one. We haven't had a bit of luck throughout the entire season, so this is one of those cases where we didn't play well, but we came away with a victory. Yeah, let's see. I hope we can agree on that because I don't want us to. The problem I'm having is I don't want us to get carried away that we've won this game and this is the trajectory that takes us to our 20 unbeaten run. Nah, there's still a lot of
No.
we need to do, and that comes from the selection process from the onset. If you set up to win, you will win. If you set up in a way where your opponents think you're second guessing and you're not sure, that is when they punish you. Because that's the one thing about the Premiership. It's the only league where you get punished for your mistake. You know, how it goes. I would like Palmer to play, and then if he comes in, because obviously we don't have a striker up front. Borja is too early for him to come back in, so I'm assuming he'll probably play Sterling falls 9.
So that chap can play his number 10.
Cole Palmer will play behind Sterling, yeah.
Then Enzo and Caicedo can drop into the midfield, pivot, whatever. And that's it. And you guys are right to an extent. I prefer Cowell in the middle of the park, in the middle of the back, and not on the left, because he doesn't give you those surging runs. He doesn't give you those explosive crosses into the box, but he can give you those line balls that go across, but not.
Yeah.
So it's, the truth is, most of us are still very traumatized about last season. So, enjoy a victory anymore, because we know if you get carried away with this, there's another dark thing coming from the other side. So,
I hate TJ. I hate TJ.
when you see
Yeah,
that,
you are the boy.
the numbers of, like, when you see some of the numbers these guys put out, it's really scary, because to think a club like Chelsea, we've won only 6 times the whole year, and it's once every month. It's actually crazy. Like, it's like you don't see it happening until it's right in front of you. So, like I said, I don't know how everybody feels, but I personally am not one of those guys who's going to get carried away by this particular victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're doing a lot of things. We're playing good football. We're doing a lot of things right, but like I said, there's still a few things that are missing to make us get to that level. I'm not expecting us to compete with the other guys, and our opportunity to do anything explosive this year, I think we've lost momentum in terms of this, unless we go on one of those runs again, which is possible. But with the way we are, with the injuries, with the excuses,
Okay.
it's almost
It's
impossible.
okay. All right. Hold that thought, TJ. I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to remind ourselves that we shouldn't get carried away. A victory, because we don't win that many games. A victory like this would make us start getting a bit excited again. Oh, Cole Palmer gave a lovely pass to Jackson. Jackson finally scores. He needs the confidence. There's one guy here that would rip into Jackson, for example, and he feels Jackson should even be part of
Wow.
our team, right now. Because, I mean, if you look at it I get his point of view. If you look at it from what we've done over the years, where we've always signed a marquee defensive midfielder and a marquee center forward. And when I say marquee DM, from the Makalele days to Essien to Mikel Obi to N'Golo Kante to now Caicedo, we always ensure so to now, from the Hasselbank to Didier Drogba and maybe Nicolas Anelka and probably Diego Costa, that have only banged really as centre forwards. Eventually we got Lukaku. Lukaku was a problem. This guy loves Lukaku, and this guy we call him Big Drog. His name is Ade. But at the same time, he felt we shouldn't have let Lukaku go. He felt we should have held on to Lukaku. He felt even if we don't hold on to Lukaku, we should buy another marquee number 9, not invest in youngins in like Jackson and not proven strikers in like Broha and depending on an injury prone Kuku. Yo, Drogba, Big Drog. Do you think Jackson is the man to lead us this season? I mean, he's not going to play against Fulham. He has 5 yellow cards, but
So
I mean, you're shouting about Broa in the group.
Yeah, because Broa has a bit of experience. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Tammy Abraham was the Chelsea player. I think he played for Swansea. He didn't really like get it right at Swansea. But when he came to Chelsea, I think it was 17 goals in 40 games or 17
Villa. It was Villa. He bought a Villa championship.
He bought a Villa as well,
Yeah.
But when he came to Chelsea, I think it was 18 goals in 46 games or 47 games. I can't really recall what it was. But Tammy was that striker. If you remember, we had Tammy, we had I think Olivier Giroud, and then we had I think Kai Havertz or something. Do you understand? We had
Timo Werner.
We had Werner. So
Was Timo Werner, yeah.
We had Werner, yeah. And all of a sudden this season we only have Jackson and Armando. And I'm saying to you guys, I keep saying to everyone that it's unfair to the boy. I like the guy, do you understand? But I feel it's a bit unfair to him. I always say,
put all that pressure on him.
Too much pressure. And Chelsea is not a small club. People always say Chelsea is to face reality that we're a small club. We're not a small club, bro. No matter what, if Chelsea scores today, score 1 goal, 2 goals, we'll be in the news. If we don't score, we'll be in the news. Do you understand? So it's too much pressure on the boy. That's why I was always clamoring for us to keep Lukaku, or maybe sign a striker that is be established in the EPL, someone that Jackson can learn off. To get right now, it's too much pressure on Jackson. I cracked a joke one time. I said Jackson will give us 1 goal in 5 games. It's looking like it's 1 goal in 5 games to get, but it's too much pressure for him. It's too much pressure for Jackson. Next season can come clutch for Chelsea and bag in all the goals. But right now, I don't think it's Jackson will lead us there. Amando, I believe Amando should be there. I believe Poch should have removed Jackson like in the 75th minute and give Jackson and give Amado like game time to play. They're playing Fulham. Fulham have like massive defenders. They have tall guys. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. Is it that he plays Palmer as a false 9 or Raheem as a false 9? I was impressed with where he played the other day. I was able to go back to the match to realize that Martin wasn't really delivering up front. He was delivering defensively. If you look at the game, he wasn't giving us any bites up front.
That much. So, but he gave the assist to Palmer that eventually led to the goal.
FX, please stop saying that.
Come on, man. Go back. Come on. So I'm saying it. He has that final pass in him too.
Stop. It was supporting Cucurella because Cucurella was playing out of position.
Yeah, because Mitoma now. The Mitoma part. Estupinian and Mitoma.
Yes, do you understand? So
Estupinian and Mitoma are very dangerous.
If I see a lineup with Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer, Sterling, Mudryk, and Amado up front, I'll be very excited. I prefer to play.
Wow.
Martin as a left back, Cucurella as right back, and my wingers should fall back to assist the defenders. Trust me. Martin was in championship team of the year last season as Burnley's left back.
Championship is not Premiership.
TJ going. Please answer him, TJ.
I agree. I agree with a lot of the
after TJ, I want to speak specifically on Martin's style of play. So
nice for Case. I got you. After TJ, I'll read out the comments in case you come in. Yeah.
A lot of the things you said, my friend, the Drogba guy, but where we might differ is me. I'm a youth guy. I love youth. Maybe that clouds my judgment most times because I like youth in the sense that I like kids. You can groom them and train them and pick up little skills and little habits that you struggle with the older guys. The problem now is when you talk about marquee players, if you check our history, when we spend a lot on players, we never get what we spend on it. I want you to think about one player that we've spent a huge amount of money on that has actually turned out. They're always flopping. We're always better off when we get young players that have a little light and then we can mold them. The Hazards, maybe N'Golo Kante already had the experience, but he was a bit young. Then all the other players that we've had over the years, they're either young and then we can't mold them into the Chelsea way. So when you talk about Lukaku, is one person I don't even like thinking about. He gets my blood boiling because that's somebody who we gave literally everything, brought him back, and he stabbed us literally in the back.
Brought him back for 100 million, brother, and stabbed us majorly in the back.
TJ, I'm sorry. I wouldn't take any Lukaku slander here. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
But I will let you talk, but I will not take any Lukaku.
It's okay. Don't mind him. He loves Lukaku too much, TJ. Don't mind him.
He's playing tonight.
He loves Lukaku.
And I'm going to guarantee he's score tonight. I don't know, but I can guarantee he'll score tonight. I will not take any Lukaku slander here.
That's fine. That's
so maybe I shouldn't comment on Lukaku then because all I have for him is slander.
Sorry, TJ, are you done?
But the truth is, when we needed Lukaku,
TJ, go for it.
He didn't score. He didn't help in the system. Okay, let's say the system didn't work for him. Yeah, he didn't. Lukaku didn't score. Now Lukaku was injured now. Was he not injured? He didn't play.
TJ,
Okay, guys, let me. I don't want us to
wait,
disper.
wait,
I
wait.
want us to move
I
on,
know this
guys.
is not.
I gotta
Wait,
come in.
wait. FH,
Drogba, hold
I know this
on,
is not
hold
about
on. No,
Lukaku.
no, no. I gotta hold you on. This is why I don't. That's why it pained me that I don't have this power over Mike. It pained me. I for just mute everybody. Bam! Drogba, 30 minutes gone. We need to move on. I need to quickly read the comments, then I'll go to case, and you get me. We will take it from there. Comments. Yes. Who's this guy? We love you too, Samson Temitope. Turn on TV, smash likes, bless up. Elizabeth, oh baby, mentionist, I see you. You're a very popular guy, oh case. Shirley, Ashley, hi everyone. Hey, what's up? You know, and Temidayo also feels that Temidayo feels the team is still trying to get together. They won yesterday, but not a good performance from the boys, rightly said by TJ as well. Poch needs to wake up and work more on their positioning. He should let them play where they're very good at. Nice one there, Temidayo. Thanks for that. Samuel Goucher also says we've not had luck with marquee strikers since Costa. 100. Some fans even consider the number 9 cursed. I did tell you, man. You know, nice one, Samuel Goucher. Just read out one more. PZ Fresh. PZ Fresh, major Chelsea fan, turns up for Turn On TV. Thanks for tuning in. Enzo should stop playing number 10, please. Yes, we also feel so. I felt the Leslie and Moses Caicedo kind of gave us balance and allowed Cole Palmer to actually flourish in that number 10 role. Okay, guys, we've been talking about number 9. Nicholas Jackson, Broha, they can't possibly be the guys that will take us to the promised land this season. And when I say promised land, maybe in the top 6 or top 7. Case, I'm coming to you. I know you still want to talk about what Drogba said, but guys, Victor Osimhen saga has happened 2 days ago. Napoli, we all know what happened. The TikTok video mocking and lambasting him for missing that penalty against Bologna. Maybe because he had a spat with the coach Garcia. Victor has gone on to delete all his Napoli posts on his Instagram. There's a lot going on social media. His lawyer has come out to say they might even sue Napoli. Victor has been constantly linked to Chelsea over the summer. Of course, we remember how Hilal went to buy him for about £120 million. Maybe he should have even gone there then, and Chelsea will buy him from the Saudi Arabia Pro League. Case, should we go for Victor Osimhen in January or summer 2024? If at all, if we struggle this season with goals, which we're already struggling, can Broha and Kuku, when it comes back from injury, and Jackson take us to the promised land, or do we go for Victor? Victor, by the way,
Broha is not.
I'll post it on my Instagram. Victor, by the way, has a picture of him in a Chelsea Samsung jersey when he was about 14, 15 years old.
He does.
So he's actually a coded Chelsea fan.
He's a Chelsea fan. He has been saying that since he was like 15. He said that after the under 17 World Cup now.
Ah, yeah, nice. The one he played with Kelechi and Co.
Yeah.
Big Chelsea fan.
So, okay, with respect to the striker situation, Nkunku, if he was not injured, is a player that gives you 20 plus goals and assists. And I was expecting 10 plus goals and assists from Jackson. That would have been 30 plus goals and assists. But since Nkunku got injured, I guess that was why Poch started this defensive style that has not been yielding results much and everything. So back to Osimhen. Osimhen is the type of striker that fits our profile. He's not lazy. He doesn't like to just stay in the box. He moves around. He creates space. He lays the game down for. Yeah, he disturbs defenders. He can lay the ball down for a Lampard kind of midfielder to shoot and all of that. So on paper, theoretically, that would be a good addition any day, right? He has the skill set, he has the drive. Maybe him being a fan will also count. But like TJ has said, like a number of people have said, I'm a little worried of signing marquee strikers, really. Down the years, only Drogba, after Hasselbank, only Drogba and Costa have really
If my brother,
matched the.
they were
Even
not,
Drogba wasn't a marquee signing.
they were not, they were
Even
just
Drogba, I, know,
As at the time, it was it not one of our most
I think it was
expensive at
only Diego.
24.5 that year?
I think Diego Costa was the only marquee signing per se that we signed, and
So
maybe
apart from Diego
Shevchenko
Costa, you
and
can list so
Anelka.
many people. You understand? Okay, Anelka was also good when he supported Drogba.
so he wasn't
But apart
Yeah.
from those,
bought him from
not
Drogba.
really. We are not really
Wasn't
good with name strikers,
Yeah, they're not,
and
I agree.
that's my issue. But apart from that, Victor Osimhen will be good in that team because one of the reasons is this: a number of people don't like to mention data, but I will. We are in the top 5 when it comes to chances created.
Yes.
We're in, I think, top 5 when it comes to possession per game, and then we're in the top 3 when it comes to chances lost, big chances lost. I think as at the last review was 13 or 15 in the league so far. So imagine a team that has lost 13 chances to score. If you have a striker that knows how to convert those goals, what are we waiting for?
Dang.
Then
Honestly.
my issue with Jackson is part of his strength, but it's coming to be a weakness. And I'll explain a bit. You know, in preseason, Jackson was playing with Nkunku and the likes, so he could stay in the middle, he could stay up front or roam in the box, get the passes, and then score. But since Kani, Chukwuemeka, and Nkunku have been injured, you see him play very, very deep. So by the time he's taking the ball to the box 18, maybe the defenders would have blocked him, his decision making would have stopped him or something. So that is
Well said.
Jackson's
Spot
problem
on,
so far.
case. He's
Maybe
overworking
Palmer
himself,
will
man.
help him solve that.
Overworking.
You understand? Because what the plenty
Yeah.
on the comments pointed out, which I also noted, was that the goal came because he was in the box, made the right run, and waited for someone to make the pass to him. He was not the one trying to create the play. He was the one receiving the play to try to score, and the goal that was ruled off, same template. So maybe if he gets that, and he might give you maybe 10 plus, 15 plus goals and assists, and that would be good. Overall, I think the whole team should take more shots. The whole team should take more chances. The whole team should take more risks in terms of
Yeah.
attacking or taking shots at the post. For
So
example,
we all agree that if we get a Victor Osimhen, sorry to interrupt, case. If we get a Victor Osimhen, it basically just kills the talent and star in a Nicholas Jackson, who's like 2 years younger than Osimhen.
These 2 years,
Osimhen is 24, Jackson is 22. So it more or less kill. It's more or less TJ. I know what you're trying to do, but it will more or less kill Jackson. I know Drogba, you want to say something, but before you go, I think I need to hear from Ehime. Ehime, do we have a curse in Chelsea when it comes to injuries? Because we found out again that Ben Chilwell has an hamstring injury after playing so well, the captain of the night yesterday, so well yesterday. He got tackled, thought it was a foul. Boom, the medical team come and he's off again. And we find out that he's got an hamstring injury. We have 13 senior players out with injuries. Lavia, we haven't even seen him. What is going on? Have they cursed this medical team? Has Todd Bowley done a good job in terms of recruitment for that medical team? What is going on? Everybody seems to be getting injured almost every time.
team.
What was the name of that woman that cute woman that you used to always
Eva
Canero.
Canero, you want to bring her back?
You want
She's the one.
to return Eva
She's the
Canero.
one. There's something that she has buried in that Stamford Bridge that she has to go on net because I mean, ever since she left, man, it's been I don't know. And you don't need a suit here to tell you what's been going on the injury crisis, and I think the fault is squarely on the medical team because um, they are saddled with the responsibility, be it the physios or the doctors or the sports psychologists or whoever. Their job is to ensure that these people are in top shape at every point in time, and they have failed in 2 seasons to do that. Our season suffered tremendously last season because of injury concerns. We've not even gotten into the peak of things of the
That
season.
should
We
be
have
3 seasons, though. That should be 3 seasons.
3 seasons,
Remember?
yeah, 3 seasons,
Yeah,
yeah.
3 seasons. 3 seasons.
I agree. Mhm. I agree. This season itself hasn't even gotten anyway, and then we're having this kind of like 12 injuries to key players. I mean, Reece James, your Skipo is out. Chilwell comes in and out. Carney Chukwuemeka beginning to get into scheme or into his own stride. He's out. Unkuku, you bought him injured. Lavia, like you said, off. I mean, Barashile, everybody that you can actually think that can contribute something towards positivity this
It's
season is out.
crazy. Yeah, hey man, it's
Madness.
crazy. Just to interrupt you, sorry. Benoit Badashile came back as a last a week or two, was back in training, but
Mhm.
aggravates the injury again. So we're back to square one. Badashile's calmness definitely is missed, But
Honestly,
my
honestly.
guy, we have. I think Todd Bowley made a huge mistake. I think we've said it before in previous episodes. Made a huge mistake by just overhauling that medical team and just bringing in new guys. It was just, these are guys, physios, fitness guys, all sorts that have been working with these players over the years. Then suddenly you just change. These guys
Just
understand
change them
these
suddenly
players'
now. Yeah,
bodies.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. He understands their bodies. There are particular players that train this way. There's a way that you take care of them. You understand all that. You you you've been
Even
it.
down to
So
nutrition, FX, even down to nutrition. Nutrition,
Baba, I know,
feeding,
I know. Even from what
essential.
I heard, even our groundsmen were changed by the American and his
They
guys.
basically
But
changed everybody.
I'm
They
telling you,
basically
it's
just changed
sickening.
everybody.
So it's too glaring that we're going through all these things because of their silly mistakes and rash decisions. Big drug. You have constantly been backing Todd Bowley in certain areas in terms of now your money. Anytime a rival fans or ops or whatever say this, that, and I like the way you always respond. Is it your money? If you're a billionaire, you sometimes I even supported that. Sometimes a billionaire should be able to, or an owner of a club should be able to go into the dressing room and talk to the players. Now, him get the club. I know some might not agree, but he should be able to go in once in a while. I'm taking a step back from because I used to complain before that no, he shouldn't. But Roman used to do it during his days. Do you think Todd has overdone things that is still affecting us this season, like he did last season, drug, or we should just go with the flow with what's happening this season and
Let me ask
hopefully,
you guys, let me ask you guys a question. Yeah, if
oh
we were
yeah.
winning and winning, would we complain that Todd was in the dressing room?
Of course not.
Do you
Of
understand?
course not.
Of course not.
It's building. It's
Of course
building.
not.
When Roman was there, I saw Todd do something. The individual is different. I saw whenever you watch a Chelsea game, Todd is always seated with those players that are injured or not fit. Check it. He's always seated with those players that are either injured or not fit or not in starting. Like always with them. So, like I said, Todd has his own ways of working. He probably didn't understand football from the beginning, but he's beginning to understand it. And I would say, they say Todd is buying, just buying, just buying, just buying, just buying. But it's not, to me, he's buying the young players and he's buying above average players. Enzo, Raheem, no, not Raheem, sorry. Enzo, Mudrik. Mudrik was playing Champions League, was playing Champions League football. So these are not like, so
Oh, TJ wants to say something. TJ, Wagwan, where I say?
Modric thing.
yeah,
Don't let's jump on that Modric thing. No. Modric
What happened?
played
no, so
less than 50. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you loud and clear.
Played
Can hear you.
50 games in his career. When he started off, the Russian league got scattered. He went to Ukraine and they played. Modric has not played 100 games throughout his whole life. We need to so understand the hype in terms of his ability and the potential everybody sees.
But he's
But
not fully there yet.
yes, we've given Modric such a high ceiling that even the guy himself is going on. You understand? I'm not saying he's not a good or a bad player, but he still doesn't have that experience of what it is like to play in front of a crowd that is alive You understand? Playing 30 games, 40 games in Russian or Ukrainian league is so different from playing in the Premiership. The leap is massive. So I understand where
I agree.
no problem.
I agree with you. However, is Mudrik is he an average player?
No,
Is he below average?
no, he's not.
So let me tell you something. I was really upset with Potter, and I'm going to say this. My first game, I came in and I dazzled Liverpool. Yeah, everywhere clamoring, the news that everybody was going around about. Oh, Mudrik this, Mudrik this. The next game, I'm on the bench.
Killed his confidence. It was Potter. I agree. Drogba. He killed his
Please,
confidence.
let's not talk about Potter. Please, let's not talk about Potter.
So
there's no good thing to say about that guy. There's absolutely no good thing to say about Potter. Absolutely none.
Don't take us back.
So the boy has.
Thank you, Case. God bless you.
He has raw talent. I've seen him play for Ukraine. I seen him play for the under 21s. Then he switched over to play. I think Euro 1 qualifiers like that.
But you can see that he's switching from national team under 21s just so that he can get games.
Yes, he can get games.
Problem.
Now, TJ, have you noticed something in Chelsea's game? Yeah, Mudrik never plays 70 minutes. Have you noticed?
Yes.
Mudrik is always isolated on the left side. Have you noticed?
They don't pass to him. They don't open. He's always open.
Do you understand? So,
but at times can come from a lack of trust from your player. If you play football now, you know that the person who always scores
100.
You don't to give the ball to.
So if I give this guy it is muscle memory. It's TJ Drogba muscle memory. Sometimes if I pass to this guy, I know he's going to do this. If I pass to this guy, I know he's going to do. But when I pass to this guy, he doesn't do this. Baba, your muscle memory, you will not pass to him. It's not even like if they do it on purpose. Muscle memory just says. So I understand that it's confidence. They don't have confidence in him, unfortunately.
But I don't think it's. I think it's the instruction from the manager, because Ryan plays rubbish at times, a lot of rubbish. But the ball,
a lot of rubbish, a lot of times.
Goes through Ryan.
Chelsea player.
The ball always goes through Ryan every single time. Ryan.
You have guess what?
Experience. That's why
the first 3 games, right? 3 or 4 games. Sorry, Raheem was our best player. Let's also keep that in mind.
Dead guy, man.
Yeah, true. He had a run of games.
True. Yes, but
he had a run of games, and then
giving us enough from last season.
Let me not spend too much time on this. Like you said,
real quick, so I can read the comments. So go for it, brother.
Of Todd, I believe, and before I don't understand, but now I understand this project. He's a businessman. He wants to make money at the same time. He wants to also make the fans enjoy good football. That's why he's buying these players. Now it's left to the manager to assemble these players and make a team out of them. That's it for me. Yesterday's game, Mudrik has been giving Jackson some assists that he's not scoring, but that's fine. However, if
that pass, Villa, Jackson should have scored that one.
Even yesterday, when he nicked the ball off Lamptey, they didn't score. But he needs more game time. Keep playing them. Stop misprofiling these players. And like I always say, Poch is clueless. I'm glad he got it right against Brighton. I really want to see what he has to do against Fulham.
Okay, guys. Okay. Let me address before you guys don't get it wrong. Drogba is not saying Poch is a clueless coach. Drogba basically is saying Poch has been clueless the moment Nkuku and Kane Chukwuemeka got injured.
I support that.
Yeah,
I support that.
He kind of just got it like, oh shit, what am I going to do?
Exactly.
That kind of made him. So that's kind of, if you notice, makes him play 3 at the back. Oh, I must start Thiago Silva, but I can't play Thiago Silva alone. I must play Disasi and Cole next to him. Oh, okay. If I even try that, okay. Ben Chilwell is not playing too well. I must still play a solid defender and Cole. Okay, Cole, you can use your left leg, Abby. Play left back. So I think that cluelessness and that disorganization and that interim thinking of trying to get things has kind of made him a bit clueless in a way, for the lack of a better word. But let me quickly read out some some comments from our fans and the audience. And real quick, guys, you get me. Heat Gamer, I feel for Noni Madueke. Well, Noni Madueke has been in and out, getting injured a lot. And I remember Poch got interviewed after the game against Brighton, and they asked him why Noni. He said it's a matter of choice. So it was Poch's choice not to name Noni Madueke in the squad for the game yesterday. You know,
I heard
Obi Uchendu. Sorry, guys. Just hold on. Let me just read out the comments, guys. Sorry. Obi Uchendu, that's the father of Starboy. I don't know if you guys have been watching one Starboy, one young 2-3-year-old
I
boy.
remember.
Yeah, on Instagram. Obi Uchendu is his dad. You know, he's met Osimhen. He's gone to Chelsea. Chelsea gave him a full welcome in the first game at Stamford Bridge. Starboy's father is here, and Obi Uchendu says, "What kind of weak-minded player is he? What are you talking about, bro?" So
He's talking about
one game
Modric.
on the bench
Modric.
killed. Oh, Modric. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Obi TJ has answered you. Modric hasn't played enough games. We could see him for Ukraine playing at the Under-20 World Cup too, despite the fact that he's 22. Although UEFA has allowed that overage players could be used, so you could tell that they're trying to give him as much games as possible. The Russian league being, disbanded also didn't help and all that. So yeah, Blueprint Original says Brian is a big waste of money. Well said, brother. We also agree too. Henry Odo, I beg your pardon. Potter was spineless in leadership. I beg. No, we don't even want to go back. Thank you, Henry. One more from Heat Gamer, and it says, Modric, Mikhailo Modric is a solid work in progress. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And
He got
my
a
brother,
standing ovation at the bridge yesterday, actually.
standing ovation
When he was
at the
subbed
bridge
off,
yesterday, yeah.
the fans were clapping for him. So I guess they can see what he does and how much work he's putting in.
Right. That's true. Guys, so I want us to go through predictions. But before we go through predictions for the game against Fulham, what should be our starting lineup against Fulham? Is it a back four, or Poch is going to revert to a back three? We have to remember that Fulham are also struggling with goals now. There's no more Mitrovic. So it would not make any sense if Poch is playing a back three. Do we start with a back four or back three? I'll start with my man Case. What do you think our starting lineup should be like? Can you hear me?
Who's going first? Okay. Me or his?
Yeah, go for it, Case. Case, go for it.
Okay. For me, it should be the same formation as yesterday. However, with Chilwell injured, you move Martin to the left. Should we play Disasi at right back, or because Malugosto is also out on a red?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. But the issue, I think Disasi will do well as a right back with Cucurella in front of him. Or Cucurella should just be the right back there. But you move Martin to where
let me help you here. Let me help you here. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Emotionless. Let me help you there. How about Caicedo hybrid role? Okay, he's not 100% match fit per se, but that hybrid role he played for Brighton last season. He doubled as a right back and as a DM. So when we're in the defensive shape, he's in the right back. When we're in possession, he moves into the midfield. How about that? You don't think Poch?
I think that would be too much for him right now, because he's still trying to blend into the team. And if you notice, he made some mistakes yesterday. You understand? So I won't want us to put that much pressure on Caicedo. He should pair with Enzo in midfield, and Palmer should play in front of him. No, not Leslie Ugochukwu. So we can still play, what's his name? Play Cucurella as right back, but play somebody else in front of him. Who would that be? Maybe Modric in front of him, and Modric can also support him with tackles and everything. And then you play Enzo and Caicedo in the middle. Play Palmer in front of them. I can do Modric and Modric should be on the other side, maybe. And then Sterling should play 9 or false 9.
Okay, nice one, Case.
You're missing someone.
Hold on, TJ.
Let's play our left back position, our right back in the right back position.
We don't have any right backs.
Yeah.
We don't have any right backs at the moment, except we play Disasi there.
Yeah, except we played Disasi there.
Gusto is currently suspended.
So no Gusto, no Reece James. So you either look at Disasi as an option, or you look at Cucurella as an option, or the last option you play Caicedo there as a hybrid role. But guys,
you might play Caicedo there and then have Enzo and Ugochukwu.
Hey, mute your mic, oh. Yes, Palmer must start. Palmer must start. Okay, Tesso, welcome. I think Tesso, your mic is on, right? We lost Tesso. Tesso is in Yankee. No mind them. I'm sure he's in the car. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm in the car. Okay. I'm actually just leaving the doctor's office. Yeah.
Nice. Welcome to the Blue Brother Show, brother. We've got TJ, Big Drug, Ehime, and Case, the immersionist. Good to have you.
Guys.
At least you joined us almost 1 hour into the show. We're about to wrap it up, but real quick, Tesso, you have to be involved, man. We're talking about the lineup, and we're going to go into the predictions. What do you think our lineup should be for against Fulham? Should Poch stick with a back four, or he reverts to the back five the back three that he has been playing in Thiago Silva?
I hate that back three. That back three stifles us. It doesn't
100%.
It doesn't help us one bit. Doesn't help us one bit. Like from the very first day of the season, I was like, yo, but this is not what we played in preseason. What's going on? Like, how can you go the whole preseason playing 4 at the back, and then the very first match you revert to 3 at the back? I mean, you don't trust any of the center halves, because if you trust your center halves, you won't play 3 of them there.
Someone said something, Tesso, that they are doing it because of Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is 39 years old, and because Thiago doesn't have that pace and all that, we need to play 2 young guys next to him to cover up. His leadership is needed.
Play the 2 young guys that have the pace. Yes, that's why they were bought.
You're right.
Play the guys that have the pace.
Exactly. So do we?
Was it not 2 young guys? Was it not 2 young guys that played against Brighton yesterday?
Yeah, but I even think this issue of Thiago Silva not having pace, I think it's a faith issue, because if you check how Thiago Silva plays, right, that man, his defensive play is mostly about intelligence, more than physical exertion. He reads the game, he reads the ball. So why don't you play him in a back four? I don't know why. But he did that in preseason, and it was not a problem. I don't know why we keep making it look like, he can be. How many errors leading to goals has he done? Let's say, okay, the goal against was it Aston Villa or played? That was a mistake by him in the middle and everything. But how many times does that happen? So for me, you can play back four and play him and Colwill in the middle, play Martin on the left, play Disasi on the right. Maybe instead of using Cucurella on the right. And in the worst case scenario, you have Disasi and Colwill supporting him on both sides. They have the pace, they can recover. You understand?
Besides, if you show up your midfield, your center half should not be as exposed as they normally would be.
And that's why I say put Caicedo and Enzo in front of him. Caicedo will do the defensive work. Enzo will be a hybrid. That is, he will defend when we're under pressure, and he will release Palmer or play Palmer when we are attacking. So Palmer does not have to play too deep. And the guys forward will not also have to disturb themselves. A 4-3-3 gives you better shape. You understand?
Yes,
because playing 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 just stifles us.
I need to interrupt you guys. Case at so I don't enter Poch and assistant manager moves now. And I don't look and say this is. I know, right? Okay, guys. Well, more or less have to wrap up the show real soon because we've already hit the 1 hour mark. I think I need to. I wanted us to go through our lineup, but we might not have enough time. So I think we should go through predictions. I'll start with Teso again because you haven't said much on the show and you're just joining us and you're in the car and it shows that this podcast means a lot to you, my brother. So yeah, what do you think of what's your prediction for Fulham? Chelsea, it's a derby, it's a big one. Fulham beat us last season, unbelievable. They finished ahead of us in the Premier League for the first time in my life. I've ever seen Fulham finish above us in the Premier League.
A lot of things happened for the first time last season, man.
You know, I swear it was a disgrace for me, and I don't expect us to play the way we played against Fulham last season. What's your prediction, bro?
2-1 Chelsea.
Hey, we are playing away.
2-1 Chelsea.
All right. TJ, what do you think against Fulham?
Bro,
you think we can go for it? Think we can get a result? Craven Cottage?
I need a clean sheet.
Clean sheet.
Me too.
Yeah, I'd like it. I would gladly take a 1-0. Honestly, 1-0. Right.
Yeah.
Like a smash and grab thing.
Bro.
Brother, anyhow it comes down, we'll take them like that.
Okay. Big drop. Prediction time, brethren. Fulham. Are you coming to the studio, by the way? Big drop. I haven't seen you
Yeah.
It's been a minute. So let's link up now. Nice one.
I'm going to sound ridiculous. Yeah.
Don't be now. Always controversial. Why?
It sounds ridiculous. I'm going to beat Fulham 3-0. I'm beating Fulham 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah. And I want Poch to play back 3.
Amen.
Amen.
I
like your confidence, but amen. I go sit down. Amen.
Trust me, 3-0.
Okay, 3-0.
Correct. I'm back 3.
With a back 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Any reason why? I just want a final question for Drog. Any reason why you think we should stick with the back 3?
Like I said, I want him to play Ian Matson and Cucurella. Yeah.
Okay. Hime, what do you think?
Okay.
Correct. What's your prediction? What do you think the personnel should be on the pitch? Of course, I'm sure you want Cole Palmer to be on the pitch, but do you expect us to actually win, draw, or lose? None of us think we'll lose that game, so that's good.
I think we'll win by a long goal, 1-0. And we definitely have to play 4-3-3. We have to go all out. We have to attack. Because Fulham is going to be a team they're very, very compressed, especially in that middle, right? They're going to try and absorb everything that we push at them, but the goal is to just keep on firing on all cylinders. So we should go with, a leaning 4-3-3 formation. Palmer has to play.
That midfield go tick. That Palinha guy, that Pereira guy, he go tick. That Palinha guy, that guy is a wicked DM. So I said all of them have to be on their A game. So
exactly.
we think we'll win. Well, I'm going to say something.
Nobody's talking about Gallagher. Why?
Bro. Because Gallagher is see if you want
for me Gallagher, right?
If you want to be real about Gallagher, I'll tell you one thing. Gallagher is exactly what Ramirez is to Chelsea right now. Ramirez of that time, the workhorse, the engine room. I will say it. I have always liked Conor Gallagher. You won't see much from him, but Conor Gallagher's work rate and what's it called? And passion to play for the team is
work rate, passion, pressing.
Exactly.
That's
why
I don't like
love him.
Can I say first pick for me, Gallagher?
I don't.
He's somebody we need in the team.
Bro,
he's somebody we need in the squad. I don't like where Poch plays him.
Yeah, I don't understand how we can talk about it.
Then they gotta go now. Nice catching up with you guys.
Nice work, bro. Big bro. Okay. Nice one, brother. Bless up, G.
All right. Nice one.
So for me, right, Conor Gallagher is a good squad player, right? But and you can bring him in maybe in some games. But right now, should he be starting? No, I won't say he should be starting.
So who should
We
start in
have
this
I
game?
agree.
Who should start in this
I
game?
agree with you.
Okay, give me Enzo and Caicedo.
You know, if you guys are talking about Palmer playing, if Palmer plays,
And so if Palmer plays, Gallagher drops to the bench, more or
Yeah.
less.
So, and then you give me Palmer in front of Enzo and Caicedo. The reason why I'm saying this is because that midfield against Palinha is going to be it's not going to be an easy job. I need someone that can. You need a system that wins the ball fast and transitions it to attack fast. So what Gallagher, of course, can
Someone that
work and
can, someone
everything.
that can give, someone that can give
So
that,
these
someone that
players
can
that
give
turn
final
the ball
passes.
over
We
many
don't.
times. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Enzo will give you that. Caicedo will
Yeah.
spread. Caicedo spreads those sideways passes very well. Enzo can give you balls over the top. Cole Palmer. One thing that I know
yeah,
a number of people didn't notice about him, he knows how to beat the press. You understand? He knows how to play
Yeah, he learned a
interfield
lot under
balls.
Pep for sure.
So he was always beating the press yesterday. So you need those type of things. And then I don't want Palmer to have too much defensive responsibility. Of course, if he can chase balls, he should. But with Enzo and Caicedo behind him, you will get that. The thing with Gallagher
Well,
is that Gallagher does a lot of running, but then the final product in terms of passing and everything, it's not what we need at the moment. And we need to build on yesterday's
yeah.
game, yesterday's momentum, win a few games. You can bring him in to shut things down. He will do that for you. Like
nice one,
what
Case. Nice
Mikel
one,
was
Case.
used for. You can use Gallagher to shut things down. But if you want to win, if you want to attack, Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer, use all three. And then hopefully you get Sterling at his best game. You can play Mudryk too. Mudryk is hungry. He should take his time, and then
But yeah,
he will come
I
good.
beg. I want make I talk my prediction. Me, I think we'll draw against Fulham. Sha. I know you guys may not like to hear that, but I don't think we're there yet. And I share TJ's sentiments in terms. I definitely want us to keep a clean sheet. So it's possible we can end 0-0 or if at all 1-1. But
I predict 1 or 2-0 for us.
I'm not yet convinced we can. I feel Fulham is a more I won't say a more settled team than us. And
Yeah,
Marco
definitely.
Silva has gotten so I will not write them off. And their goalkeeper is very good right now. Leno is almost unbeatable. So we have to be on our A game to stick the ball in the onion bag. But guys, the show about to wrap it up is more or less done. We've spoken about everything from hopefully if Todd gets small craze enter ahead, you might want to buy Victor Osimhen in January. Teso, you missed that part. Or maybe we might go for Osimhen in the summer of 2024. Or we might not and just believe that Kuku, Jackson, and Broha will lead us to the promised land. We've spoken about Martini.
Collect your Ivan
You
in
know,
January.
Ivan Tony too might come in. Thank you, Ehime. Ivan Tony too. I would prefer Ivan Tony actually.
No,
to be honest,
bro.
but hey,
No.
okay, let's not go into that. We'll talk about it next. We'll talk about it next episode.
I wanted that guy last summer, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Same here.
wanted that guy
Same
last
here.
summer.
Same here. Same here. We shouldn't. I don't think we should have even gone for Jackson. But anyway, story for another day. We've done 1 hour plus, guys. Blues Brothers show. Let me just read the last few comments before we head out. You know, I still want to step out. Shirley, actually, nice work, guys. Thank you so much. Oriodo, his work rate merchant, but his passes are one dimensional. I have a feeling he's talking about Enzo. Sorry, Gallagher. Yeah, of course. Rendo also thinks Cole Palmer learned a lot from Pep. And Temidai also predicts we would win 2-1. Nice one, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to smash the likes, share, comments, do whatever you like. As always, it's your boy, OG before IG. TJ, thank you very much. The lineup, TJ playing.